Meditation isn't always the answer. Detachment isn't the answer. Yoga isn't the answer. Silence, isolation, rest, peace, it's not the answer. You're not looking for inner peace in that kind of sense. Not the detached, slow, quiet, silent peace that you think you seek when you're on this healing, transformation, and awakening journey. It's not often or almost ever the answer, because in essence, it is a further suppression of the life force energy that already feels blocked and encapsulated and imprisoned because of shame and feeling unworthy, and because of the suppression of your authenticity out of fear and unsafety. Meditation is a further suppression of who you truly are, just as detachment isn't the answer to true transformation, growth, and feeling confident and grounded in this world. From a very young age, we already learn to fragment our psyche, to say certain parts of myself are allowed to exist, certain parts aren't, because if I express those parts, it's not safe. In what kind of way you have learned to suppress parts, you have learned to suppress certain or a lot of parts of your authentic self because it was unsafe, because of rejection, abandonment, bullying, physical consequences, violence, aggression, manipulation, guilt tripping, blaming, etc. Whatever happened to you as a child, whatever societal cultural conditioning got on your skin, you have learned to suppress certain parts of yourself out of shame and created a shame-based identity where those parts aren't actively participating in, and you've created coping mechanisms to make sure the world doesn't see the parts that you are actively suppressing because that feels so fucking unsafe. That's how we grow up. I write about that in my ebook Unshame Yourself. I explain it even with a lot more words and on a slower pace so you can really understand what I'm saying here right now. Download it for free. But that it is the case that you suppress parts of yourself out of shame is true, is a fact. And because of that, you are already living in suppression, in detachment from your authentic self. So you are already living in detachment, in authenticity, in like a deactivation of your life force energy. You are already living in you're not self. You are already living a very depressed, low energy version of yourself. You are already detached from who you truly are, from your heart, your authentic desires, needs, wishes, boundaries, your joy, your life force energy. You are already actively suppressing, detaching. When you are on this healing journey, because you felt like something is wrong. I don't feel happy. I feel depressed. I feel anxious. I feel hypersensitive. I feel unsafe. I feel overly aggressive. I feel unhappy. I feel empty. I feel alone. I feel restless. And you get into this world of personal growth, of healing, of transformation. There comes a point that you get in touch with meditation and you think, that is the answer. I can finally detach completely and nothing touches me anymore. And I can finally find the peace that I'm looking for. Because you're looking for peace because all the parts inside of yourself that you are actively suppressing are fighting a war with the parts that you are allowing yourself to express. And there's this internal warfare going on all the time. And once you get into contact with meditation, yoga, or all these kinds of mechanisms that help you detach, aka suppress yourself and your life force energy even more, you first think, this is the solution, this is the answer, I feel a little bit more calm. But you never learn that you are actively suppressing your life force energy, your authentic self, out of shame, because it only helps you to further suppress the parts that you feel ashamed about. It only helps you to further heal your desires, your needs, and your boundaries away. It helps you to disown, detach, deny, suppress your humanity. But your soul is here to live. It wants to be expressed. It wants to experience itself through its own creation, through its humanity, through being a very grounded, vulnerable, silly human being and experiencing life in its full spectrum. And once you get to know meditation, you think this is the solution, and you learn things like you have to have self-care, me time, isolate yourself, find inner peace, detach from all your human basic needs and desires, and detach from your emotions. See anger as a wrong emotion, see humbleness as a good emotion, whatever. It you learn all those ideas, but it's so wrong. It's so far away from the truth, from what we are here to do. And that is completely owning our humanity and our desires and our needs and our wishes, and expressing all the parts that are living inside of us. And with that, create step by step the life we desire and we dream of. But once you learn meditation and the theory and the idea behind it, you start to slowly use it as a tool to further suppress your humanity. And you think that it will help you heal and transform and grow. But slowly you start to understand that it is not getting you any further. It's not truly helping you. It's giving you in the end more stress, more anxiety, more frustration, and then you have to meditate more and more and more and more to get to that point again that your first meditation brought you, right? So in the end is just another tool of not truly doing the work, of not truly reclaiming your humanity, reclaiming the parts that you are disowning out of shame, reclaiming your authenticity, and creating safety inside yourself and inside the world by owning all of who you are and daring to express it without shame. So meditation, isolation, yoga, inner peace, detachment, it's not the answer. It's a further suppression of your life force energy. It will give you anxiety in the end, because anxiety is caused by your suppressed parts that are no longer wanting to be suppressed. They are fighting to stay alive and to be alive and to be integrated and to be seen and to be validated and to be acknowledged and to be expressed. And once you truly dare to allow the parts inside of you that you are actively suppressing to express them, that could be desires, needs, certain character traits, certain wishes, even if it's very far away from what you've been taught is normal and good and okay and accepted. Once you allow those parts and you dare to reclaim them, re-own them, and express them, and to be who you truly are, to unshame yourself in that sense, is where true inner peace lies. Because you don't have to fight against all the parts inside of yourself that you try so hard to detach from. Because you can try your very best with meditation, yoga, isolation, finding inner peace, whatever. You can try your very best to not feel all the parts inside of yourself, again, that you are suppressing. You can try your very best to deny, disown your humanity, your wishes, your needs, your desires, your anger, your hurt, your grief, your sadness, your sensuality, your horniness. How do you say that word? Like, you can try your very best to not have that all, and to not have all those human basic needs and desires, and be this some kind of super detached, superhuman, operating from a shame-based identity, but it will not give you true healing, not true transformation, or no true transformation, and you will feel stuck anyway. So meditation is not the answer. Unshaming all the parts of yourself that you are actively suppressing out of shame, reclaiming, re-owning your humanity, reversing anger suppression, letting your life force energy flowing through you again, following your desires, following your needs, following your wishes, your dreams, your joys. It will be a homecoming. It is true liberation. From that day on, you don't have to meditate anymore. You don't have to read self-help books anymore. You don't have to go to therapy, because you're actively integrating all the parts inside of you, and you're not working that hard to suppress. You're just owning what is living inside of you in the present moment. And you're like, hey, I feel healed. I feel fine. I love myself. It's good. I accept myself. I accept the parts that are not that nice about me. I can own them. I can take accountability for it. I can take radical responsibility. I learn to understand what my unmet childhood needs are, what my wounds are. I know why I have certain desires, where that's coming from, and how I can actively, consciously meet them in the present moment. I don't have to manipulate people into meeting my needs. I don't have to please anymore. I can say what I want. I can do whatever I want. And in all of that, I don't need detachment. I don't need peace. I don't need meditation. I just need to be and to feel, to have the courage to be me, to express myself, and to be human in all its shapes and forms, with all that brings, with all that comes with it, the good and the bad sides, the beauty and the ugly. And once I dare to acknowledge that and allow that and take radical responsibility for the parts that I need to take radical responsibility for, that is where true healing and true unshaming and true liberation lies. Because healing is where we start, but liberation is where we go. If you need help with this, and to process this and to understand what I'm truly saying here, I take you through this entire process step by step in the ebook that I've written. It's called Unshame Yourself, and you can download it for free. All that you need is in there. But if you need more help with it, I give one-on-one sessions. I have a team that also gives one-on-one sessions, and you can book a one-on-one session through this link. Our entire platform is built for this entire journey of healing, transformation, and unshaming yourself. So visit there, find our free tools, our free resources. We also have a web shop, a membership, and group programs, all to help you with this. If you've made it this far, thank you. I'm very curious to your experience with this. Maybe you already reclaimed parts of yourself. Maybe you already know that meditation wasn't the answer. Share it in the comment below. I'm very curious. And please like, subscribe, because that will definitely help spread our message of healing, transformation, and unshaming yourself. And yeah, feel free to share this video with a friend whom you might think could use it too. Have a nice day, and I see you in the next.